Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number 230 for July the 5th, 2024. My name is Fraser. I'm joined on my left by Dave.
Hello.
And on my lower left by Neil.
Hello.
How are we doing, gents?
Okay, I'm just updating the stream title.
Everything's been updated. I'm updated my seating position, which is very exciting, actually. Just needed to raise my chair by a few inches. It's made all the world of difference.
Extra couple of inches, eh? Makes all the
Who would
difference,
have
does
thought?
it?
It really does, doesn't it? Who would have thought?
I don't know.
How everyone would be happier with an extra couple of inches.
Wouldn't we?
Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us once again. Not to be missed, of course.
Don't sound too enthusiastic now, okay? Can you just lower it down a little?
I'm full of the joys. Congratulations to the Labour Party. Congratulations to the UK for finally
Congratulations to UK to fucking
finally turfing the Tories out. Jesus, I mean.
Well, you know, we had Boris last time, didn't we? So they were obviously going to win last time. Boris versus Corbyn. It was a no contest, wasn't it? Wow. Everyone loves Boris, even people who hate the Tories.
Yeah, it turns out that
it's such an English thing to do to vote in the stupid buffoon.
It's quite an American thing to do as well, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Let's not go into too much detail. I'll start moaning about stuff.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to not to deep dive or anything, but it's look, turf him, bring him back again, sure, but turf him and let him rebuild.
A new group of people to get fucking miserable with. That's what we've got for the next 5 years. There we go.
There's the positivity we were looking for.
I really think if they still done the Raven Looney party, they would have got him this year.
Oh yeah,
they do the Monster Raven Looney party.
I don't.
There's too many. Yeah, they definitely do. They definitely do.
Right, not in.
Did you not see?
Hang on, I saw the list. He was on there, wasn't he?
Did you see Rees Mogg? He got voted out.
Yes.
And the photos are all of a guy stood next to him who's got a balaclava on with baked beans all over it.
Oh, the bean guy. Yeah. Sorry. I saw Keir Starmer.
He didn't beat him.
I saw Keir Starmer being congratulated by Elmo in another thing.
Elmo's always there. Elmo's always at the election.
It's brilliant.
It's like what's his name? Is it Captain Binface?
Lord Buckethead.
Lord Binface. He didn't beat Rishi. Unfortunately, he was standing against Rishi Sunak. I haven't tuned in to see how many votes he got, but I was really hoping that Binface beat Binhead.
Well,
he's binned himself off anyway, so he's fucked off to a fucking. Here's the world's smallest violin. Rishi Sunak leaves the Conservative Party leader, blah blah, to a fucking multi-million-pound job in the States. Oh, poor him.
Of course.
I'm sure he'll still be paying taxes here, though.
He's set for life with his pension as well and his billionaire wife.
Yeah.
Fuck me, how is it taking you so long to turf these cunts out? Sorry.
As I said, this is the first chance we've had to get rid of the fuckers since Boris.
Unbelievable bunch of fucking country rinsing wankers.
It's the same every time.
And I don't even live there.
It's the same every time. They come in saying they're going to do this and that, and it's going to be fiscally responsible, and then the country just gets shitter and shitter and shitter.
The problem I have is that they were just in for so long. Like, Jesus, God, you got to use the votes and turf them out and make them think what they're doing so that they fucking do better when they come back.
It doesn't work, because when they come back, they're even fucking worse than the last time, because there's less shit to get rid of. Yeah, because no matter what, they just keep getting rid of shit that they can't. Oh, just let's not fucking start. We've already started.
Who started this?
You did.
Yes. Right, let's move on to listener stuff. Chipper Spice, friend of the show. Happy July 4th for yesterday, Chipper Spice. She says, at bowling right now, question, what are the best scores of all time? I'm currently 143 best. Thanks and have a great show. Have a great show. P.S. The Footy is great today.
Have a great show.
Real bowling.
I assume 300 is the best that someone's got, but not one of us.
I think Wii bowling I got pretty good at.
Right, real bowling. I can certainly have a number, and I actually bowled a 208. I'm surprised it's Chipper saying she's bowled a 143. I thought Chipper had bowled way more than that before. And that 208 was a one-off. That was not something I ever was doing regularly. But that was when I worked at a bowling alley, surprisingly.
Oh, you worked inverted commas at a
But I
bowling
spent
alley.
a lot of time bowling that year, or the 2 or 3 years I was there.
Well, you've gotta make
I'm
sure it works
actually shit
proper.
at 10-pin bowling. It turns out. I don't think I've broken 100. Maybe once. Maybe
What?
I've broken 100.
Well,
I'm
That's
come
fucking shit at bowling.
on, you need to man up, man.
Yeah.
Well, the thing
Break
is,
100 in bowling and under 100 for
problem with
golf.
me is when I play bowling,
You're
I'm
drunk.
usually shit faced. So
It's not like pool where the drunker you get, the better you are.
no. Yeah, launching a 12, 14-pound ball down the fucking lane. It's probably better if you're not. How many sheets to the wind is it? Does it matter? Is it more sheets to the wind, more pissed you are?
I'm not sure.
Or is it just like a
It's
specific
few
number?
sheets. There are a few sheets to the wind. Is that the expression?
I don't know. Maybe I was 10. I don't know. It's quite a few, usually.
Anybody else got a bowling score?
I know I've broken 160,
Nice.
Ooh, check you out.
but I got beaten by somebody who was like done 170, 180. I was well impressed with my high score, and then I was like beaten. Like, damn. So
Yeah, I suck at
I
bowling.
think I got like 3 strikes in a row. That was a.
Oh, that's where you get that's where most of your points came from.
basically
First 3 strikes.
Then I was like 6s and 7s.
I'll
Yes.
throw like a
Yeah.
one straight in the gutter, and the next one will hit all 10. It's just fucking random.
You don't have
They
the
They
bits
put
up,
the
do you?
bumpers up for you.
Yeah.
No, I refuse to have bumpers because my daughter was like, "I'm having bumpers up, or I'm not playing." I'm like, "You're not having bumpers because that's fucking cheating." And she starts having a right hissy fit. I'm like, "Well, if you want to fucking cheat
Does
yourself."
she get the big cradle out that you roll it down?
No,
Rather
not
than
quite.
Well,
not quite.
the argument about that is, look, put the bumpers up. I'll beat you anyway with bumpers. It's fine, right?
Yeah, but it still sucks, doesn't it? You've got to have the hissy fits when someone launches one in the gutter. Otherwise, it's no fun for everyone else.
I think the last time we went bowling, I don't think we had the bumpers on, and a lot of balls went down the air. I felt bad for the kids. They lose their enthusiasm.
The
quite
thing is,
quickly.
if you got them there all the time, you never get learn to live without them, do you? You just doesn't matter. You just fucking
I'm
bouncing
not-
it all left, right, and centre. It doesn't
I'm
really
not.
get
I'm
any
not
fun.
saying you're wrong, Neil. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Tough love, mate. Tough love.
I know, Ped. This is the parental fight we have. Thanks for the message, Chipper. Much appreciated. And happy birthday for the other day as well.
Oh, happy birthday, Chipper.
And
21
that's
again, eh?
Hey, do we need to do anything on the footy? We don't know that we're missing the France-Portugal score right now. So if anybody's on Twitch, please don't post it. No talking about it, please. I'm going to watch it later.
Well, I've made my prediction for that game.
Oh yeah,
I told you earlier.
you did. Do you want to tell the listeners?
I said it's 0-0 going pens, that game.
Right on.
So it's probably going to be 3-3 or something stupid. And a real absolute classic.
Yeah, but you watched the one earlier, didn't you? The Germany.
The
Germany, Spain.
Yes.
Poor Germany.
So Germany.
Is it me, or are people cheating a lot more than they ever used to?
Oh, there was some absolute filth going on in that game. Blatant.
Really was.
It's like,
well,
just,
I don't know how many
I
yellows
can't
and red
even be
cards.
asked to run after this guy, so I'm literally going to rugby tackle him. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm surprised they aren't just red cards. Like, blatant fucking just pulling one back because you can't be asked should be a red.
I honestly thought that, like, taking a player out if he was on goal.
It's not on goal, though. Their problem is they're not on goal. All of these ones, they're absolute filth. Like, it's like on the halfway line with loads of people around, but I'm fucking done with running, so I'm just going to take you out completely. But it's not like a dirty tackle. It's literally like rugby tackles. I'm like, they're like arms around the waist, arms around the necks. I'm like,
I'm okay with the cynical fouls,
did...
though, right? If they're trying to save themselves from a guy who's running in and potential, threat to the...
So professional foul, you're right.
Professional foul, right?
It's the professional foul without the professional foul penalty, though, because a professional foul is a red card. Like when you deliberately foul someone who's going to score a goal,
have
basically.
A red card. They did have
but that was 2 yellows. And he was one of the rugby tackles.
Yeah.
Literally had him around the neck, pretty much. It's like, what are you fucking doing?
Anyway, I was going to talk about...
It's definitely in a... He's got form for that. Carvajal.
Let's move on. I feel like I'm going to get wound up if we talk. Let's not talk about football. Let's not talk about...
we haven't talked about England. The amazing England performance in the last game.
Tuesday, sorry, tomorrow, obviously, we've got 2 games.
England.
And Netherlands and Turkey.
I've got a story about the England game anyway. It's less about the football.
Okay.
There's a bit about the football, but not all about the football.
Go on then.
Are we on to what we've been doing?
Yeah, we can segue into that.
Segue into that, right? So my boy had a lot of his friends round to watch the England game. This is all linked. This is all my stuff's linked because I bought something. I bought a TV stand because I had the TV in the garden the other week, but I had to fucking put up a camping table to put it on.
Yes, you did say you were going to put it on rollers.
Right. So I bought 50 quid from Amazon, a Vivo TV stand that you can literally like raise up and down.
Is it like what I used to bring out in the
It's a bit like the school job, yeah, except obviously there's not a massive, it's not a fucking giant box on top of a table of a trolley, like with a fucking VCR that like you have to like be like the world's strongest man to press the play button on down. But yeah, so I've got a TV stand that I've got wheels and it just I can hoof it out in the garden. I've got a little Chromecast stuck in the back, so. Obviously, when you're watching live TV, you get a bit of a delay if you're watching like live TV on.
Oh, so you can hear people screaming before they.
We had it out the other week watching the England game because it was so fucking hot in the house. This is pre-TV stand, and it was just like we were watching it, and my neighbours were out in their garden as well because it was boiling in their house, obviously as well. And they said, I saw him in the weekend after, and he was like, "Yeah, we could hear." Our thing was literally about 30 seconds behind yours. So that was the game when Phil Foden scored an offside goal. And he said when I see the cross going, I was like, well, there's no point in getting excited here. No, it's going to get ruled out for offside. So that's the awkward thing about having your TV outside when you've got people also outside. But anyway, my boy had all of his mates round. Like, there was about fucking 10 of them, I don't know. All sitting in the garden watching the first half of the England. Who was it? England, Slovakia.
One of them. One of the Slavs.
I can't remember now who it was. And then, so obviously they were getting about a 90-second delay on the game. And obviously we went 1-0 down in that game.
Why were they getting, sorry, a 90-second delay?
Were all in the garden.
Through the Fire Stick.
Well, it's a Chromecast, not Fire Stick. Maybe Fire Stick's a less delay, I don't know.
No,
it's an old Chromecast, to be fair. It was on ITVX or something. I was streaming it through, whatever. And so I was watching it inside on the Skybox. So I was getting a bit of a delay versus terrestrial because it's satellite, so it's got a little bit further to go. Although it's coming from fucking Germany. I don't quite know how that works. Does it go from Germany? Obviously, it's going via satellite from Germany anyway, somewhere, one way or another. But I don't know how it works.
What are you banging on about?
Well, there's the speed of light's only so fast, That data's got to go up and down and up and down, up and down before it gets to me and all that bollocks.
Hey, don't forget, a lot of them will have them on delays anyway, right?
Yeah. Anywho,
I can't follow a lot of international games on Discord, like when people are chatting back and forth, or it used to be on Twitter or whatever.
Because you're too far behind.
I'm usually like 20 or 30 seconds behind, so yeah, it's always been an issue.
Yeah, and that's on are you streaming? Or are you watching it on satellite TV, cable TV type of
streaming service?
Yeah, streaming's always well behind. I don't know why buffering is there's a massive bit of buffering.
You want to check out what was a classic? When I went to watch the England game at the pub, fucking loads of televisions. First of all, right in front, and it wasn't busy either, which is great. Full on 6 screens making one screen up above us, a huge screen, right, and then another 2 massive screens to the side, and then loads more screens all over it. Well, half of them were in sync, but for some reason, half of them had a TSN, was the broadcast. Half of them had the TSN feed, and half of them had a Fox feed. And the Fox feed was 5 seconds behind, right? So depending on where you were sitting, I think a lot of people realized, right? But some people were sitting, so they were just the best view was of a Fox feed.
You can judge it by the cheers.
And then there was suddenly when an event happened, they went, "Shit, we're completely watching the wrong."
We're in the fucking wrong place here. I was listening to a podcast, the Totally Football Show, which I've been listening to forever now.
Is that James Richardson?
That's the James Richardson one. There was people talking, and they were like, There was in Germany, and there was like a run of bars, and then it was like they'd organised it so that the farthest one away had the earliest feed. So there was this like crescendo of noise as it came up to the fucking lake, like right out, say it was from left to right or whatever. The right hand bar had like the latest feed, and it was just like the first pub from fucking way away. It was like, I think it was the Scotland game. Like there was all going off in one pub, and it was like gradually get to you as you got down the street. But yeah, fucking streaming, eh? Fucking. It's great, but it's also a bit shit. Anywho, this was all around watching the England game and all my boys' mates round. So in the end, they ended up coming inside. So there was fucking loads of 15-year-olds in my house, and I was a bit like, bit tense.
And smelly.
Yeah. To be fair, they weren't too bad in that sort of, on that sense. But what happened was, obviously, at what was it, half time? Were we 1-0 down at half time?
Yeah.
Right, so anyway, there's like 15-year-old boys, and we're watching football, and at half-time, they're not interested in watching all the chit-chat. So they went onto our little back green to play a little bit of football. And, well, there's a neighbour. I say neighbour, they're like across the green. There's these people that live there, a couple, quite old. Not super old, but old. Never seen them have any guests, like they've got their own kids kind of thing. What we've had a history of is there's a woman. The woman is always looking at any time anyone plays football or anything on the green. She's at her bedroom window looking out the window. Right, and occasionally, the ball will hit their fence, and then the husband has obviously been detailed to go and check the fence by the wife. So he'll come out in the back garden. You'll see him come out in the back garden. He'll be looking around. Sometimes he might come out. Well, this weekend, he came out. He's inspecting his fence up and down. Touches his fence a couple of times. I'm like, it's a fucking football, mate. It's not like they're not fucking Cristiano Ronaldo's here.
Are you talking to him at this point?
No, I wasn't talking to him. I was just watching. I looked out the window, and it was all.
You're out of your window.
I'm looking at my bedroom. My kitchen window looks out because they're just a 2-story house. She looks out of her bedroom window.
Oh, did you
my
go to the
kitchen
top
window?
floor and look down upon them?
My kitchen window, where I've got all my like workspace, is what I look out from. Like, so if I'm making a cup of tea or coffee or cutting vegetables, I'm looking out the window. But yeah, so I'd seen her looking out the window. I see the old boy come out, and he's looking at his fence, and my wife is out on the green, keeping an eye on the lads, like occasionally. And so the old boy comes out, like I say, gives a little tap to his fence. Fuck all wrong with his fence, obviously. Never anything. Nothing's ever happened to his fucking fence ever. And we've been here 15 years, and this has obviously always gone. Since the kids were little, as soon as anyone goes out there with a ball, there's loads of little kids around here, they play football. Same, always the same. So anyway, the old boy starts coming across the field to my wife, and I look out the window going, okay, this is a bit odd, this is new. No one ever fucking comes and says anything. Right. And as he walks over, he's got like a sweater on. He rolls his sleeves up. I was like, the fuck is he going to do here? So I'm like, my wife, she like coached my son's football team, and she's like team manager for the football team. I was standing there going, it's all right. She's got this. She always diffuses. Situations. She diffuses these situations. She's used to fucking people kicking off at the football. She's always the calming influence and like getting involved and going, no, blah, 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 blah. And everyone always goes away. And it's all calm and dealt with. We've had an email from Derek, by the way, just coming. So I'm like, it's fine. She'll deal with it. And I stand there thinking, it's a bit weird, this guy's come over. And I see them talking, and it just looks like my wife's like doing, like I say, what I expect. She's just fucking calming the situation down. And I'm like, it's all right, she's got this. I'll just go and sit back down. The second half's about to kick off. And so then my wife comes in, like 5 minutes later or whatever. I'm like, you sorted it out with the old boy then, is he all right? And she was like, nah, I've called his wife a pedo. I was like, what? It's like, this is not what I was expecting. She was like, I didn't call his wife a pedo to him. But I said, like, he was like, she started reeling off what basically what happened. He'd come over and he's just like, right, well, I'm going to do this nicely, after he'd fucking rolled his sleeves up walking over. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, your boy's ball hit my fence, blah, 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 all that sort of shit. And she was like, It was deliberate. He says, and my wife's like, no, it wasn't deliberate. I was out here. It was a complete accident. I've told him to keep it calm. And then but she was like, I'm not fucking having this, basically. She had a glass of wine and she was just fucking kicked off. I was like, what the fuck? I was thinking, like, complete opposite of what I thought was happening. Was like, no, she was just like giving it. She was like, no. What did she say? Like I said, she basically, she said, your wife's weird. Every time any kids are out here, she's looking out the window at them. Is that a bit weird? And I'm like, like, did you really say this? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God. So instead of me, I just, like I say, I look, give it a few 30 seconds. I went, it's all right. Like I say, she's got this, fine. And the next thing, she's like, no. It's all gone completely out the window. And I'm like, oh, great. But funny enough, funny thing is, I ain't seen that when we're looking out the window lately. I was just like, what the fuck? So, but that was quite funny because I was
She
like,
thought she was
completely
invisible
opposite.
for 15 years.
I know. Oh no, because we've had it before. Like we've had parties. We have a party house, obviously, on this back run of houses. We're not the only ones, but we have street parties and stuff like that. But we have a lot of people.
You're the fun neighbours.
Yeah, maybe not for everybody, but not the ones that ain't invited. But because the other week apparently I was just cranking up the music when it was quite late. But yeah, I don't remember. So it didn't happen. But yeah, so this has been going on for years, and like we've definitely been at our window with some of the younger, like our kids, like well maybe like, I don't know, maybe 12 or 13, or maybe a bit older, 15, like my daughter's friends. And when they've all seen her looking out the window and look over, they've all been giving it, they're like, hello, big waves and everything at her and all that sort of shit. So yeah, but I've never spoke to them. And I'm like, Lou's like, yeah, after a couple of days, she was like, probably going to get a letter through the door from the like SVRA, the local housing, not a housing authority, but whatever it is, the residents association, saying you're not allowed to play ball games on the garden, on the grass, blah blah blah, all that sort of shit. I was like, as if they're gonna fucking do anything. So yeah, that was interesting. It was funny at the time. It was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, go on, Lou.
So,
Like
yeah.
I say, like a couple of kids playing some football when the England football was on.
There was other little kids came round because there was there's another group just down the road. Who we kind of know. One of my guys I sort of grew up near is mates with one of the other neighbours, and there was fucking about 20, 30 people around their house. They were watching the football in the garden, and they've all got little kids, and their little kids came out with the ball, and like while my missus was arguing with this guy, she was like, "You kids, if anything weird goes on with this guy and his wife, you just come and see me." It's like, if they start doing anything weird, come here. We'll keep Lou and look after you. I was like, Jesus.
Well, that's got to put him. I tell you what. I mean, you know, the atmosphere of the day, right, or whatever. You know, that's probably got him thinking, right? You know what? Shit. You know, someone's noticed that I'm out looking at the children. I better just watch. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know what? People just need to be told. You know what? Fucking do check yourself. Yeah, well, fuck off is one way of putting it. Yeah, but I mean, check yourself. If time has shown me anything, people with attitudes, a lot of people with attitudes, not everyone, you have to pick your battles carefully. But some people just need to be told.
He said, one of the things he said was something like, well, if they hit my fence again, and she was like, what are you going to do? What, are you threatening them? You're threatening these 15-year-old boys? And she was like, no. He was like, no. It's like, well, so what? Are you threatening me? He was like, no. I was like, she fucking went for it big time. I was like, well, fair play. Fucking great. I was like, fuck yeah, I wish you'd come out and listened.
She's a keeper, man. She's a keeper.
Yeah, fucking absolute 5-star performance for my wife in the on green.
Well done. She is a legend.
Yeah.
Right, you got a quiz in there you're going to tell us about quickly?
Well, yeah, we had pub quiz at the local. Yeah, back on form. Fucking smashed it by about 20 points this time.
Normal business has resumed.
Yes.
Lou threatened everybody in the pub again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was a funny weekend. Funny weekend last weekend. And this week. It's been good.
All right. Anything else?
I don't know. Did I write anything else on there? I don't think I did.
Well, you
I?
put a TV
No.
stand on. I know you said about the TV stand. Is it a good TV stand?
Yes, it was 50 quid from Amazon. It's like pretty solid. A Vivo made in China, like everything else these days.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Didn't
I'm
fall
pretty
over
happy with
anything.
it. It was like when I first put the bracket to go on the TV, I was one thing like you're supposed to put washers. Like you've got the sort of cross.
Yeah.
Because it's
The
a 200 by
ISO,
200
not
by
ISO,
TV
yeah.
or whatever, Visa.
Yeah, yeah. That's
And
it, yeah.
one of the screws, I've got 3 in. I don't tighten them properly until they're all in usually, but one of them just
Yes.
like wouldn't fucking grip. I was like, with the washers on. So I was like, oh,
Right.
bollocks. So I just removed the washer, put it in. It's like, yeah, fucking right. It's great. It's fucking solid. It's fine. So
Yeah.
3 washers, 1 without. But
Right.
and you have to give them a little bit of a wiggle to get them in the right spot. But yeah, other than that, it's fine for what I need.
Hasn't fell off yet.
No, it's solid. It's solid.
Right,
Unless someone fucking boots a football at it or something, or knocks it over, then it could go over. But yeah, it's
Pesky
pretty.
kids.
But yeah, so this weekend is supposed to be. Well, we were having people around to watch the Grand Prix this weekend, but it looks like it's going to be really shit weather while the F1's on this weekend. So like, could be thunderstorms. So might be an indoor job. But I was like, I had my PS4 set up because fucking Sky Go, you can't Chromecast it, can
No.
you? Or any other streaming stick.
No, that's the only reason why I've got my PS4.
Yeah, so my PS4, I updated it, fucking plugged it in, first time for ages. None of the controllers were charged. I had to fucking charge them off my PS5 because the PS4 for some reason wouldn't fucking charge my controllers. But yeah, that's all set, ready to go with Sky Go if it is nice and we can watch it in the garden with a fucking 3-minute delay or whatever. So, but yeah, we're ready for garden TV life, that's for sure. But I fucking had to crank the brightness right up on the TV.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, I was like, okay, but the thing is, when I'm outside, my glasses turn fucking dark. So I was like, it's like,
that's
kept
even
lifting my
worse.
glasses up. Like,
Right.
can I see this properly? Or is it look shit? Or is it just because my glasses are dark? So I might have to switch my glasses. But afternoons, there's no sun. It's not in the sun or anything like that.
No.
It's in we're in the shade in the afternoon in the back garden. So, but yeah, it's cool to have a TV like I say, I could just fucking swing it around the fucking back garden as long as I've got enough extension lead on the power. It's cool.
Nice.
You'll
Goes
be
with a
getting
Barbie.
you'll be getting a like a little cinema screen set
I
up. Soon,
have
think.
looked. I did look on. I don't know. I was looking at something or other.
Can't use that during the day, though. That's the problem.
What's that? Well, you can on some of them. You have to get like really good ones, but they're fucking like sold for several £1,000s. So
Right.
you can buy specific outdoor TVs which are extra bright.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like,
Well, I didn't know.
I'm not really doing that because it's not like this is Britain.
It's not needed,
most of the
is it?
time you're
you've
not
only got,
going
like,
to be
2 months
outside,
of
let
use,
alone
yeah.
watching TV outside. So
Right. Okay. Let's keep moving on because I think we've got a quiz, haven't we?
we had a movie quiz trilogy
with 25 questions on it.
Holy smokes!
All right. We'll skip me.
Is there any audio?
I don't cut down from. I don't think so.
We're ready to receive audio, by the way, Derek. I'm just saying. I have sussed out the audio business. If you want to send in, if you manage to suss out emailing an audio, we should be able to play audio and record it, etc. Much to
Asterix
my
may not actually
co-host's
be able to do that.
pleasure.
It's a footnote. Okay, I'm going to skip footy then, Dave. What have you got for us?
Yeah, so I've just been watching the footy as well. Had a very nice time at the pub at the weekend. Took my daughter to the England game as well. She really wasn't that interested until like the end, and then she was very interested, involved with it. So that was cool. She was doing her homework most of the way through it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was pretty fucking dull. Let's be honest.
Yeah. But no, that was very happy about that. Me and the missus have finished watching CSI season 14. This is just CSI crime scene investigation. There's a total of 15 seasons of CSI.
Have you got access to season 15, or are you like,
I do, yeah. It's on Netflix.
Well, you've got access to anything. Let's be honest.
Yeah. But also at the end of 14, there's like a few episodes that are trying to crowbar in CSI Cyber. which had 1 or 2 seasons.
That sounds a bit
they
shit.
didn't. It was really shit.
Was it one of those where everyone has to explain what the fuck? There's a program called FBI that my wife used to watch, and it used to do my fucking nutting. I was like, the techie IT guy would say, like, they'd be after some guy or whatever, and instead of just going, yeah, I've got them, they're on like 5th and fucking 6th or whatever, like they should do. He was like, I've done this trace and I've done this and I've fucking literally explained about 15 things. It's like, that's fucking what the fucking is. Fucking as if anyone, any dickhead in the fucking office that has to justify his job every time by telling you exactly what he's fucking done for 10 minutes before he fucking tells you what is the important bit. Yeah, all of that shit.
My wife is. My wife has a penchant for getting into some of these types of shows and just absolutely binging them. She's binging one of them right now called SWAT.
Oh yeah, my wife's done SWAT already. It's fucking terrible. It's fucking terrible.
Awful. It's so funny. But every time, she's binging it right now. I call it squat. I'm like, oh, you're watching squat again, and then I do a movement which makes me look as though I'm pooping on the floor. So I'm incredibly
childish. You want to be careful because one day you might accidentally slip one out.
No doubt. Yeah.
Getting that old now.
Yeah. When that happens, it's game over. That's it.
Yeah, my wife's doing New Amsterdam on Netflix at the minute, which is like a shit Grey's Anatomy by the sound of it.
It's so bad.
Not that I liked Grey's Anatomy, but it looks a lot like that, but even more shit.
Yeah, and they really ham it up with the emotional
of course.
feelings.
Otherwise, why would you? How can you get invested with like a cold medical drama like Casualty?
Oh God, it's not very good. Yeah. But the girls like it, so why not? Hey.
Yeah.
So we're starting on season 15 of CSI Crime Scene Investigation.
So that is a good effort, Dave. You gone from 1 to 14?
No, we went from 10 because that's what was on Netflix. So it's still
started with the
24 episodes.
24 episodes, it's meant.
24 episodes. Yeah. So yeah.
The
thing is, once you've gone that far into them, you might as well.
Well, you might as well go back and watch it from season 1.
Once you're 18 hours in, you're like, well, we might as well do it.
There's only 6 more hours. We might as well watch it.
And then there's another 7 series after that.
No, each episode is like 45 minutes long, so it's like it's a serious commitment in time. So, but we sit there and like, oh shit, it's 7:30. Like, no, well, we start watching it about 7:30, and we're like, oh, we'll watch 1 or 2. It's like 11:30 at night. It's like, damn, we've gone down that rabbit hole again.
Damn, I've lost my whole evening watching CSI.
Yeah, pretty much.
Was there nothing better I could have done?
Multiple things you could have done instead of that.
Yeah. And then lastly, I'm going to just talk about I'm back at the gym proper now. I'm fully healed up.
Nice.
Fully healed. I still got a bit of an ache. But now I'm doing 2 classes and a PT session.
Back in the morning?
Tomorrow morning.
Saturday
I'm there. Saturday morning. PT session on Thursday. Had a class on Tuesday, and I went swimming on Monday. So, back on it again now. But definitely missed it. It's So, but back there, doing it, doing good.
Doing it.
What's your top, Dave? I'm intrigued what your top is.
Top what?
Your top, what you're wearing, what has it got on it? Looks like Elder Scrolls or something.
This is Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Where'd you get that from?
Oh, I've had it years. Yeah, I don't know. I think the wife got it for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Super nerdy.
Yes.
I've ordered something.
Oh yeah.
I was looking at Elden Ring stuff because I don't know why. I've ordered a mouse mat. Pre-ordered a mouse mat, which has got RGB. 35 quid.
Wow, is that all for a mouse
mat? It's a fucking giant mouse mat as well. It's not like a diddly one. It's like a 900mm wide one.
You've just got money to burn, haven't you?
35 quid,
I'm going to be back in a minute.
I got 20%
off. I'm not trying to, whether you're trying to tell me that that's good or that's bad. It's like 35 quid for a mouse mat sounds redonkulous.
Does it? I don't think it is.
No, because you live in a totally different world from me.
That's not a lot of money for a mouse mat. The big one.
Go talk to somebody who can't feed their kids and tell them you're spending 35 quid on a mouse mat.
Well, to be fair, there's probably more of them now than there was 14 years ago.
Yeah, precisely. Jeez.
But
anyway, it's your money, man. You spend it on what you want.
It was only 30, and I got it wasn't. Well, it was 38 quid with fucking. It was 10 quid for fucking post and
I
packet.
want to see you stand in front of the child who's starving to death, right, and just say, "But look at the lights. But look at the lights. Stop licking your lips. Look at the lights.
Change the colour too."
Stop looking in the direction of my kitchen, but look at this mouse mat and how
they
it can
would
go
be
from
impressed.
Red to yellow.
And green and blue and any colour of 16.7
16 million.
million.
You can't even begin to comprehend how many colours this thing has, hungry child.
Yeah, well, they could eat it maybe. I don't know. Be a cheap meal.
Anywho, where did Dave go?
I don't know. He said he had to go. He'd be back in 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, I will just say on the footy side, that was the only thing I had in there. I mean, I don't think I've done much.
You've been watching the Copa.
But I've been watching the Copa America. And Canada playing in
Copa America.
Playing their semi.
You get into the next round, and the US did not.
The US didn't get in. The Mexico didn't get in.
US sucks.
So yeah, I don't think it's a semi. I think it's quarterfinal.
Well, is it? You've got. There was only 4 groups of 4, and the top 2 went through. So how does that work? So 8 teams, yeah, quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've missed a round out versus the Euros, considering Europe is quite a lot of countries. I guess,
yeah, in fact, and I think the CONCACAF countries, there were 6
Do they have eliminators before they even get to the Copa?
Canada, I think America and Mexico made it in under
hosting.
I think basically they've been invited into it, right? Canada, America, Mexico, and some of the other countries.
Oh, because it's not normally.
It's not normally
North America, is it? It's just.
But
South
I think
America.
they're But I think the trend now is going to be right.
These countries have actually got money. Maybe we should have them in.
Well, America's top. If you look, a lot of the countries that we were playing against are sort of ranked 35, 40, 45. Canada's ranked 45, 50, something like that.
In the world?
Yeah.
It's pretty high for Canada.
Not bad. But America's ranked 12. I think they were seeded 12th.
Not in the world. Fuck off. America aren't anywhere near 12th in the world.
Yeah.
That's bollocks. They're shit. As we found out.
Anyway, my point was
Panama. Who the fuck are Panama?
Anyway, the point is
this is specifically for our American listeners.
USA's ranked 11th in the FIFA rankings right now.
That is bullshit.
Well, you go have a chat with FIFA. England have dropped to 5th.
They're definitely not corrupt.
Yeah, and my point anyway was I'm watching the Euros, which is great, and then I watched Copa America, which I'm enjoying. Some of the matches have been tremendous, but the commentary is dreadful. I have the complete American feed.
Don't you have Brits doing the co-coms and I know when they're doing Premier League, you have a lot of British people.
Not with
doing
the Copa America. So with the Euros over here, I will get. I think I'm getting British commentary and then Canadian.
Yes, studio.
But the Canadian studio stuff is okay. It's all right.
What famous football Canadian people are there?
Oh, don't ask me their names now. I'll come back to you on that one. One of them's called Kevin. That's all I know, but I can't remember his name. Yeah, they're both
Kevin or Kevin.
One of them's Scottish. I can't remember.
Scottish? He's not Canadian.
No, there's another Scottish guy. I know anyway. But the American commentary is dreadful on the Copa America. But what seems to be that they have the main commentator who's calling the play-by-play is exactly as it sounds. It's an American guy calling it play-by-play, and it just doesn't seem to work for me. I don't know. He says the most basic stuff. It just doesn't seem to fit the game. You have to see it to believe it. Anyway, that's my only comment, and I wish I had some examples or whatever. But I was watching it last night going, none of this makes any sense. Why are you telling us this?
Watch it in Spanish.
If I could switch, please give me subtitles or give me the opportunity to turn off the commentary. That would just be great. Thank you very much.
Used to be able to, on here, you can it's on BBC. I could, if I really wanted to, press the red button and switch to the radio commentary with the pictures. Radio commentary is always fucking loads better than the TV. Because obviously I have to
Right.
tell you what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Because you can't see it normally.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
people who
for
do
sure.
the radio, fair play to them. Fuck me. That is a skill. Like, they're fucking awesome. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure. Like,
getting
look,
you
take nothing
involved.
away. I mean, the point is, the American commentator who's doing the play-by-play just seems to not really have that sort of. You just get the feeling they just don't have that history with the game.
Is
or
it not
whatever,
their
that
main
they're-
job? Is it like they've just been called
It
in?
may not be their main job, but he is backed up by co-commentators and experts who actually really do know their onions, right? Which is great. But they're
But
not
where
the
are
main
you getting?
commentators.
You getting a US feed basically.
I'm getting it's a US feed, yeah.
So what's
US
that? Fox?
feed.
I don't know who. Like, I know, like Big Meeks. He works CBS, I think, in the States. There's ESPN's quite big, isn't it? They do a lot of the football coverage.
I'm not sure who my feed is coming from. It may be a TSN feed, but I'm not sure whether it is or not.
TSN
Anyway,
is a Canadian network, isn't it?
the sports network or something.
I know these things because of reasons, like when I had Cody on an Android box.
Dubious. Dubious.
Oh, I know.
Dubious
This is in
six.
English. This one is definitely not in English.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just my observation. To the point last night, I found it very difficult. I was just like, this guy's annoying me too much now. But
yeah, go Canada.
Yeah.
Go Canada.
All right, we better get moving. We're going to get out of. We're digging into the time budget here, big time, and now we've got.
You got somewhere to be.
Yeah, I've always got places to be. In front of a pizza in about an hour. All right. Are you ready for your close-ups, Seal Fellows? To celebrate the end of my non-existent movie quiz trilogy, I have a non-director's cut worth of clues for you. 25 to be exact. Cut down from an original 35. Thank you. Very simple this time. I give you the quote and you guess the name of the movie. No targets to aim for, just a bit of light-hearted fun. Finally, there is no need to write down your answers, as I have repeated the clues with the answers in the attached document. You'll know if you got them right. And with Quiz King Neil as part of the dream team, I'm expecting a 4K Technicolor eye-popping final score. All quiet on set. Let the quiz action begin.
Why has Derek never done a podcast?
I don't know. It's calling out for him, isn't it?
He's gifted with the lingo. It's better than me with talking.
Let's. So what's he saying about here about getting the answers, or are we just going to write? He says no need to write down. How am I supposed to use my pen and paper?
Because you'll remember, there's only 25.
Only 25. Do you have any idea what I've done to my brain? Yes, you do. I know you do.
I know far too much about what you've done to your brain.
All right, let's go. Number 1. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Italian Job.
The Italian Job.
OG.
I'd buy that for $1.
Robocop.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Casablanca?
No, that's
what's the other one?
It's Gone with the Wind.
No, it's Gone with the Wind. Yeah, fuck. Yeah.
Oh. I feel the need for speed.
Human Traffic.
Top Gun.
Obviously Top Gun.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Predator?
And Aliens? No.
Predator.
Yeah.
I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Hannibal. No. Well,
Silence of the Lambs. That's giving me like
Who was he having? Who was that at the end? Who was he meeting?
I can't remember. But he was following him through the airport. I remember that much.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might miss it.
Oh, I know that, but I don't.
I know it too, but I can't think what it is. Let's come back to that. Yeah. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. That's the Blues Brothers. Get busy living or get busy dying.
Don't know that one.
Rosebud.
What? It's Rosebud.
That's it. Number 10 is just Rosebud.
Oh. We're not doing number 9 then?
We did it. Get busy living or get busy dying.
What is it then?
Nobody knows.
Oh.
Come back to it. Rosebud is Citizen Kane.
Ooh, that's a classic, but I haven't seen it.
Number 11, I'll have what she's having.
When Harry Met Sally.
Number 12. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Godfather? One of them?
Godfather 1 or Godfather 2?
Don't know. I haven't seen it.
Godfather series.
Haven't
Godfather,
seen it.
let's just say Godfather. You've never seen them?
No, I fucking downloaded shitloads of films when I first got Sky Movies back, and I haven't watched any of the fuckers.
How
Like
on earth have you
Scarface.
never watched Godfather?
I know, it's fucking shocking, isn't it? I haven't seen
It's
it.
a fantastic experience.
Well, all three of them.
Not all three. First two.
I'll
But
try and
you
do
watch
that.
the first one and you go, that was amazing. And then you watch the second one and you go, that was even more amazing. So you
They're
can't
quite
lose
long,
on that
though.
one.
That's the problem. They're quite long. And old.
Mate, they're about 3 CSIs. Come on.
I don't watch CSI. You're
Number
talking to the wrong
13.
guy.
Number 13. A boy's best friend is his mother.
Is that Forrest Gump?
Don't know.
Don't know.
Number 14. Greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Wall Street.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Never seen
Number 15. Tom Cruise again. Show me the money. Oh no, Wall Street was
wasn't Tom
Charlie
Cruise.
Sheen, wasn't it? Yeah. Show me the money.
Jerry Maguire?
Yeah.
Is it
Number
Jerry
16. Yeah. Number 16. It was Beauty that killed the beast. Sorry, it was Beauty killed the beast.
Maguire? Oh. Fucking. Oh, I can't think. It's not
Number
Beauty and the Beast,
17.
obviously. It's something else.
Number 17. What I do have are a very particular set of skills.
There you go.
Taken.
Taken, yes. I haven't
Number
seen that
18.
either.
Get away from her, you
Oh,
bitch.
I know that one.
Aliens.
Aliens. Plural.
Number 19. You can't handle the truth.
That we had in a quiz the other week. There's a few good men.
Number 20. What's in the box?
7.
Number 21. Dave, feel free to chime in at some point. Number 21. I am serious and don't call me Shirley. Airplane.
Airplane, yeah.
Number 22. You'll regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of your life.
That's
That's
Casablanca.
Casablanca.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well done. Number 23. In case I don't see you, good afternoon,
no.
good evening,
Truman
and good
Show.
night.
Trim show.
24. It's alive. It's alive. In the name of God. Now I know what it's like to be God.
Frankenstein.
Is that Frankenstein? Or is it? It's a Frankenstein thing. But
I'd say
is it,
Frankenstein.
is it not? Is it the Gene Wilder one? Or is it?
Let's go Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein.
Is that what that one was?
That's what that was, yeah.
If this one is Young Frankenstein?
I don't know.
I thought it was just Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
be.
It's just Frankenstein. We're
It's
just going
definitely
just Frankenstein.
something.
25. Well, nobody's perfect.
Not nothing.
Don't know.
Nobody's
Okay.
perfect. Well, nobody's perfect. That's going to be a kicker.
Who wants to do the answers?
Well, Dave, are you looking at
I don't know
email?
where- I don't even know where you're looking at them from.
Right.
I'll do the answers.
Are you doing it?
Italian
I've
job.
got them here.
Challenge job we got. Do you want to do it, Neil?
Got them. It's up to you. You can do it.
Go.
You're in a hurry. You'll do them quicker than me if you're in a hurry.
Italian job, yes. RoboCop, yes. Gone with the Wind, yes. Top Gun and Predator, yes, yes. Silence of the Lambs, yes.
I haven't seen that either.
Number 7, life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you might miss it. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my God.
Fucking hell, Neil.
Fucking hell, Neil.
You
Number
get Rosebud
8.
wrong, by the way.
Number 8. Who? I said it was Citizen Kane.
Did you?
8
Oh, you
is
did, yeah.
Blues Brothers. We said that one. 9, Get Busy Living or Get Busy Dying was the Shawshank Redemption.
Lots of people's favourite movie ever. Not
Have you
mine.
seen that movie?
I've seen that a couple of times,
I've
but I don't
seen
actually
it.
remember that.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was all that. People love it.
But
though,
shit,
don't they?
really, wasn't it?
That's fucking awful. Citizen Kane, I got. When Harry Met Sally, we
There
got.
was no Predator.
Godfather, we got. A Boy's Best Friend is His Mother
Fucking
was.
Psycho.
Psycho Break. Number 14 was Wall Street. Jerry Maguire we got. 14. It was Beauty Killed the Beast. King Kong. 1933 and 2006.
Is that the Jack Black 2006? Is that it?
Yes, if
The
he is
one
your
that was
point of reference.
Xbox movied, Xbox gamed.
Easy points, that one,
The
wasn't it?
1000G that everyone.
It was 1000G you could get done in about 10 minutes. Everyone, those copy you couldn't buy a copy on eBay for cheap at one point because everyone had them, getting gamer score. 17 was Taken. 18 was Aliens. 19 was A Few Good Men. We had 7. Airplane. We had Casablanca. You guys got that was a nice one. Truman Show. We got Frankenstein was correct. And number 25, well, Nobody's Perfect, was Some Like It Hot.
I may have seen that a long fucking time ago, round my nan's, because that's the sort of movie that was on with that when I was that age on a Saturday afternoon.
So I make that 20 out of 25.
So that's a good 7 on the GCSE scale, I reckon, which is probably an old A.
80%? That get you an A?
Oh, mate, 80%. That's an A star these days.
Yeah, there you go.
A star,
Okay,
star.
Okay. A triple plus. Wood quiz again. Okay.
Thank you very much, Derek. You're
yes, thank you, Derek. Much appreciated. That was good. That was.
We're ready for
perfect.
audio, Derek. I'm just saying, if you want to do the audio.
All right, cool. Let's move then on to what we've been playing.
Okay. We're there.
That didn't take nearly as long as we thought it would.
That's because you were rushing.
Did it need to be any longer? We conveyed.
It definitely needs to be longer, Fraser. Let's be honest.
It always needs to be longer, Neil. All right. I'll start, shall I? As we didn't get through that as quickly as I thought, I will mention that we played a bit of Hunt. I'm not even too...
an evening/morning for some of us.
Yeah, we've played a few. We've had a couple of sit-downs, haven't we, where we played 2 or 3 games. It's been all right. I ended up back up at 4, so I was supposed to turn up not having played for 8, and I've ended up getting loads of kills and being promoted to 4-star, which wasn't meant to happen.
No. That's not helpful.
No, but we are at some point going to get on there and go just put a big pile of dead hunters somewhere. I mean, it has to happen sooner or later.
I'm surprised you haven't already done that. I was doing my best the other night to do that.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to play solo, I don't think. So you'll have to come with me on this journey.
Maybe we could play later. I don't know. What you got planned?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm off tomorrow, so you know.
Oh yeah, late one, is it? All right, we'll see.
Usually, if no one's playing video games, I sit here until about 3 or 4 in the morning listening to music. So there we go. So stop me.
Nice. But I did see Duke Scath had downloaded the Zachtronic Solitaire collection, which I was not aware
in my cart.
I was not aware that existed, and but I was
their swan song.
Yeah, is that it? He's done now. Is he making these games?
It's not just one guy, is it?
Well, Zach is the guy. I guess he has other people.
I feel like there's a few people doing that.
Probably, yeah, in the studio, yeah. Anywho, for people who listen to this, they know we've sort of dabbled our Neil particularly. We've dabbled our toe.
A few of them.
Yeah, no, Dave and I both have. I think you were a little bit more.
There was one in particular that I was definitely into. But I never finished it. Opus Magnum. I was really loving
Opus Magnum. Well, it's funny you say that. So anyway, yeah. So the Zachtronic Solitaire collection in a lot. I don't know whether it's all the games.
What was the one
but
you played loads of? It was on GamePub. You had the models that you could fucking make and everything. What was that?
I can't remember what it was called.
Something. Some BSS or something. Was it?
Yeah.
BBS. Something BBS.
Yeah, it was like an operating system or something. It was cool. Yeah, so the Zachtronic Solitaire collection is a collection of solitaire games that they had sort of put into. A lot of the games have a standalone solitaire game in them, usually based around the same sort of theme of the game that they're appearing in. And so this is a collection of about 6 or 7 of them, I believe. And yeah, it's great. I mean, I picked it up for chips. I mean,
It's
nothing
about £4,
really.
I think, over here.
I think I paid $6. Anyway, well, I'll tell you what, I don't even think I paid that much, maybe $4 or $5 for it on Steam. Played a ton of it, was just like, yes, this is great. And then I saw that it was on iOS, so I went and bought it on my iPad for like.
I told you that it was on iOS.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Anyway, so I bought it on iOS. Plus, it's got family sharing. So I put it on my wife's iPad. This is the beauty of it. I said last night my wife came to bed. I went, oh, I've put that game on your iPad I said I would. And I sort of handed it to her, and she played the first solitaire game that's on there. And
Is that
I didn't think
like classic solitaire, basically?
I didn't. Yeah, it's almost his version of a classic solitaire. So all his versions of solitaire are reworks, right? They're not all the same game by any means.
There's a free cell type, isn't there? Free Cell was obviously that my dad played fucking loads of free. It's probably still.
I liked Free Cell. I played a lot of that. Yeah, I used to enjoy that. But yeah, so I handed the iPad back to my wife. She was playing that last night until she said, "Oh, I gotta go to sleep." I woke up this morning. She was playing it for another 3 or 4 hours this morning in the chair downstairs. I asked her how many wins. Well, maybe not 3 or 4 hours, but certainly a little bit of time. And she already had 10 wins on one of the solitaires racked up this morning.
There's quite a few, and they are varied. They are
Her words were, "You should never have put this on my iPad." But I sympathize with her because I've been playing the second one, the one that's based on Opus Magnum.
It's like Chinese checkers-ish looking.
Yeah, it's really like the first time you're basically faced with this sort of Chinese checkerish board, with lots of symbols, like circular symbols, and you have to certain symbols correspond with certain symbols. Like there's 5 elements,
isn't it?
Yeah, there's four. There's 4 elemental symbols, and there'll be like 4, or maybe even 6 of them on the board of different types, and they can be matched. Or there's what's called salt, and salt can be matched with any of those as well. But if you get out of sync with the amount of salts, and you're taking off
with one salt,
suddenly you can get left with one each of a different color if you're not careful.
Yeah.
If you use the salts wrong. Anyway, that makes no sense probably to anyone who's listening. But there's some other things to match up as well. And I played it for a bit, and then I noticed something in his write-up where he said, "We've worked it so that every puzzle is solvable on that one." On that one, yeah. So I think if you threw them all down as completely random, it's very likely that
they won't finish.
That you won't be able to finish. And so what I found is I've played tons of this one as well, is that I've almost found that you're just working backwards. You're working, so it builds it. If you look, it builds it from the center outwards, and then you're going almost the opposite way. And so my theory is that it must be somehow calculating what is a path that is reverse solvable. And I'm just now I feel like I'm getting a real good feel for solving each one. Like my win percentage is definitely crept. Originally my win percentage in the first 5 games was probably like 10%, right? I feel like my win percentage now is 50% on those. I can pretty much, I'm sussing it, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm sussing it. So that's good, but I enjoy that. I really enjoy that version of solitaire on there. The cribbage one was hard, but I finished that one. I finished pretty much most of them. I'm working my way through. I think I'm up to 4 or 5 of them I've done now. And apparently the last one on there is an absolute biatch.
Which one's
supposed to be? I can't remember what it's called, but it's supposed to be super hard.
Well, they're all from each one, because there was like Shenzhen something, which was all about fucking program. It was like fucking being a proper, like, working assembly language or something. It was fucking
well beyond us.
I was just like, this is way too complicated. You're literally putting like PCBs down with chips on and then programming in those chips. And I was like, this is like being a fucking engineer. What the fuck?
Yeah, this was well beyond our pay grade. That one, but we did try it. Yeah. It's good. They're good. Some of them are good. I'm just playing the one I like. I will try and at some point get to the ones that I haven't finished. But I can't. Again, it's just that being able just to quickly load up something and just lose myself in it. I don't know whether that's just where my head is right now. It's an age thing, yeah, for sure. It's a work thing, maybe. I don't know.
No time pressure, I guess, is helpful. There's no time. There's no clock ticking on these games, is there? Just sit there for ages thinking
and
about it.
And just small senses of accomplishment, right? I mean, it's exactly the same with my wife. She said she's got about 10 or 11 wins on that solitaire this morning, right? So she's obviously, it's not like you're winning these games and then going, that's enough. It's just
solitaire.
It's a
People
workout.
still play that.
It's a workout for the brain, isn't it? You know, that's what
keeps
it
you
is. So
thinking.
Yeah,
keeps you thinking.
Highly recommended if you were
£4.
into some. Yeah, no brainer on that one. Absolutely brilliant.
Should click buy on the cart. It's been set on my cart since we spoke about it. That was after last week's show, I think, wasn't it? Or something.
Yeah, you should for sure. So
yeah, I do like their games. They're all very different and varying in terms of. They're all quite very thinky games.
They're very thinky. Really... I've always loved the aesthetics of them. That's one of the things that's drawn me. The art style, the graphic style, the music on this solitaire is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's good.
I think it's the same as whatever's in the game, where it comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is really good, nicely polished. Yeah.
They do a good job.
Yeah, they do a good job for sure.
Not anymore, obviously, because they've quit. Shame. Maybe they'll come back.
Yeah, so that's the Zachtronic Solitaire Collection, which is good. I can't think if there's anything else I've been
more
playing.
Balatro.
I've played some Balatro this week.
Nothing new to say about Balatro.
Oh, I was like, do you know what? It's funny because I was like, you know what? I gave it a bit of large last week when I was like, I think I could finish any run, to ante-8.
And you just got your ass kicked.
No. I did one run and I finished it and I was like, okay, that's good. And then I did another run and I was like, and I made it to ante-8 and I was just one hand short of like 10 grand or something like that on the final end. I was like, God damn it. Oh man, it was
no rewind.
But I tell you what I did watch last night, and this is the sort of thing, this is what's really, really helping me out. I watched Balatro University last night. He does a run. It's only about 45 minutes, and he did a run with no jokers and won the game.
What?
It was like, how is this possible? Like, how has he done it? But you watch it and you go, it makes perfect.
And you can see him stuff on the shop all the time.
In a nutshell, how he does it, and actually, to be fair, I think he said he had to do the intro a number of times before he got a suitable deck to start running with. So I think
fixed it then, basically.
So I think he gamed the system a little bit himself by giving him, like, he starts the run at the third round of the first ante. So I think he's already done the first two hands and realized he's got something now he can build on. And that thing that he could build on was a blue seal. And so once you have the blue seal, you discard that, you decide what hands you're playing. And I think he went for straights because straights have really good, when you get a planetary card for a straight, it gives you plus 30 and a plus 10 mult, I think, which is not bad, right? What you're looking for if you're doing a no, like he's looking for a no joker.
Straights are quite rare though, surely. Feel like flushes come out easier than straights.
Yeah, but with straights though, once you get into the sort of once you get into a much
getting rid of cards and stuff.
Deck manipulation is king, right? So if you know you're getting straights, like he starts like narrowing in his deck, so he gets rid of the aces and the kings, he's getting rid of the 2s and the 3s, and his focus then is that sort of range between jacks and 4s, you know. And then strengthening up maybe the 6, 7s, and 8s on the inside or whatever. And but yeah, the blue seal was king, and then he got like once he had the ability to copy the blue seal on one of them. Then he was getting 2 blue seal, I think he ended up with 4 or 5 blue seals in his deck, and then he's fishing. He gets his straight, then he fishes for 2 blue seals at least, and so then he plays his straight. His straight gets enough, plus the 2 blue seals both create planetary cards for straights. So almost on every round, he was playing a straight, and he was increasing the straight level by 60 chips and plus 20 malt. And by the time he got to round 80, he was running over 1,000 chips times 100 malt on like level 37. I think he got up level 37, 38 straights, right? So before you've even laid the straight down, it's already doing 100,000, right? So, and then you throw in, and then he was, the odd steel or glass card. I mean, he romped it at the end, right? Plus, but no jokers, right?
That's
so
ridiculous.
It's interesting. It's really interesting. But the point is that is a really interesting thing to watch if you're into Balatro, because it shows you the significance of other things that you're doing.
Not just
when you
about
play
the
Balatro,
jokers.
it's not just about the jokers by any means. The jokers are buffs, right? Ultimately, what you're working with is your deck, and it's just that mindset, and the deck can create so much opportunity for you with gold seals and blue seals or whatever they may be, or it's just interesting. So anyway, more Balatro. There you go. Somebody want to go next? Dave?
Yeah.
No, Neil?
I can go next. I'll go next.
Go on then, Dave.
I've been playing. I said about I bought a game called Desynced. I've been playing a couple of hours of that.
I think this is on PS Plus, potentially. Is it?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not the same game. No, it's not the same game.
Okay. It's okay at the moment. I haven't got massively into it.
This is the colony simulator.
This is like your sort of the premise is you start off and you're remotely viewing a downed ship that has various resources, and you've got to sort of create buildings to mine resources and then sort of basically repair the main ship that crashed. There's a lot of like resource management and base building and things like that, and there are enemies. I haven't got to the point where the enemies are actually attacking me yet. But there is a level of automation, but I haven't got that far into it where you can start creating scripts for your bots and your resource managements and expansion or anything like that. But I know I'm nearly there. So I am enjoying it. I haven't got massively into it, but they're doing. They're quite active on their support pages and stuff, and there's lots of people doing guides and things like that. So I haven't gone down sort of that yet of like reading up guides and copying scripts and stuff. I'm sort of just playing it as it is at the moment. And kind of learning all that stuff sort of organically. But yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it at the moment. I haven't had that much time to play games this week, to be honest, with the pups and all that. But no, yeah, I'm eager to get my teeth into this.
Is this another early access job?
Let's have a look.
It says it came out in 2023, which makes me think it didn't come out looking like this in 2023. It's probably had a few changes since then.
Yeah, there is lots of things. They are continually updating it. I'm just having a look to see if there's actually a release schedule.
It looks a little bit. What's the city builder?
It still says it's early access.
Yeah.
What's the new city building game? City Skylines, I guess. It's like that kind of view. Like you look more like a city builder than you're not looking.
Yeah, but it's not like a city as in you're sort of populating with people. It's everything is robots and automated and
robots.
Researching. And the idea is you're remotely viewing it. So
via who?
Via
Have you got a drone?
A camera looking down. Yeah. I guess.
But who are you then?
Yeah.
Is there a story?
Is that why you're desynced from them or something? Or is it?
I'm guessing so. I don't know. I don't know the story behind it. But I'm enjoying it. It ticks all the boxes that I like. Base building management and scripting and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to be playing more of that.
Okay.
Is it RTS? Would you say this is an RTS almost?
I'm not at the moment. It may be when like enemies start happening. I know there is like multiplayer.
It's
I don't
not
know
turn-based. You're doing things
it's
all
not
the time.
turn-based, no. But I know there is multiplayer, and you can set up servers with other people. I don't know if it's competitive or not, or cooperative.
I guess that's up to you.
I guess so. So yeah. The only other game that I was going to talk about, which I won't talk about long because it was poor.
Oh, wow!
This is the original Call of Juarez.
Which you got where?
GOG.
You got this
I got off
from
Prime Gaming that you have to redeem on good old gaming platform. And I played it for about 20 minutes, half hour. And it's definitely a 15-year-old game.
This is
Are you looking for a video, are you?
I'm trying to find a video that's not got a knobhead in the corner of it. So this
Just gonna have three
somewhat
knobheads
there
in the
was a
corner.
description was no, this is fucking Call of Duty. What the
This
fuck?
is,
How is this a Call of Duty
Call of
video?
Juarez 2009.
Suddenly this Call of Juarez video became Call of Duty. I was like, this does not look like a game.
No.
It said it's just Cowboy Call of Duty, and I watched them. This is just Call of Duty. At some point, we've changed this video. So yeah, it says it's like Cowboy Call of Duty, but I'm watching some guy with a box, which is very boring.
No, right. It's not very good. It's a 15-year-old game. So I'll give you a brief breakdown of the first 20 minutes and why I stopped playing it. So it's really bad voice acting to start with. Like really bad. Like cringe-worthy. This is not very good at all. So you start off and you walk down an alley or sort of like a path that's rocky on two sides, so you can't walk.
It's like a
anywhere
corridor
else.
almost.
It's a corridor, and it says, "Oh, you've got to retrieve a gun from a barn." And there's this little open pit building, and there's all these different barns and different buildings in this little area. And it just says you've got to retrieve a gun from the roof of a barn. You don't know why there's a gun up there. But so you walk into this area, but then it turns into stealth because there's somebody there. It's like, get off my property. So you've got to go like crouch from. That's basically that's the voice acting.
You could have. Fuck me. Were you in this game, Dave?
I didn't know you were American.
So you got to crouch and stealth. So you got to crouch and stealth, which like on a keyboard, it's a gymnastics of fingers between.
Because there's no like slow walking on a keyboard.
No,
it's just like
yeah, you've got to press Control and Shift and then W to go forward. But if you want to go any other, you got to like contort your hand into a weird like crab.
Have you not heard of a controller, Dave?
Well, yeah, but well, I don't even know if a controller would work with this game, to be honest, on PC.
Is this the old game?
This is the
Did you say the 2006? 2009, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, 2009.
It doesn't look bad for a 2009 game.
Not that
old. It doesn't look bad, no, but the voice acting is terrible. The gameplay. So you basically you go straight into a stealth mission to get a gun, and then the only way you can get actually to the building that's got the gun on, which is not signposted, is not like a little arrow. Here's the gun, or this is the way you need to go. You've got to move a box, but you don't know you can move boxes until you randomly like look at a box and then there's a small hand, like there's I can't even do it. Is a small hand icon that says you can move it. So okay, and then you press F, I guess. Can't remember what you press. You press like something.
P or something that's fucking miles away from
move it like
key.
To a different corner, and then you can jump up on the boat. Okay, fair enough. Right, it's a bit convoluted. Fair enough. Got a gun. So and then the person that's telling you to get off their property, they see you with a gun. And they're like, oh no, I don't want to mess with you, and then run off. And then you got to do some shooting of bottles. Okay, yeah, right. shooting the bottles. Then you go, right, got to go to town now. You got a gun.
Is that like a tutorial where you have to shoot the bottles?
Basically.
To like help
yeah.
you aim.
Yeah.
Is it one of those that says, "Are you happy with the controls as they are, or would you like to change them?"
No, it doesn't. It doesn't do that. It doesn't. No, it just says shoot some bottles, and then I pressed right click to like ADS, and it shot the gun. I was like, I guess that's how you shoot the gun then.
Right click to shoot.
I know. I know.
What the fuck?
Left click was ADS.
This is wrong.
Really?
And you got to hold left click
with any ability to change them.
I don't know. I didn't even look.
I assume you can change that.
Didn't even bother. Yeah,
super wrong.
It's but that's typical though, right? If you go back to a lot of the old games, you realise that there's sort of this shifting point around about that time, right, where things started to become the norm.
Right.
Standardized.
Before, I mean, it was a fucking dog's breakfast of controller styles and things.
So yeah, basically after that, you then walk into town, and then you run into the sheriff, and it says, "Can't have any guns in town," and then takes the gun off you.
No,
yep.
That's never good.
What was that? I was like, I'm done with it. I can't be asked.
We're done.
This is a cowboy game, and I can't have a gun. Fuck off.
The first thing to do after you go into town, and you get your gun taken off you, is find a gun. But I'm like,
I just fucking did that.
It's just this is stupid. But Amazon Prime.
The Last of Us. This is not.
No. Amazon Prime. The next game that they released is Call of Juarez: Bound in Blood, which
I skipped that one. It's probably it's like the Assassin's Creed to Assassin's Creed 2, where the sequel's like just fucking loads better than the first one.
Oh, hang on. No, so Bound in Blood is 2009. What?
Call of Juarez must be well old.
2006.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I didn't even realize it was that old. Yeah,
it did get ported to the 360, so I think the 360 has seen all of them, hasn't it?
And nothing else has seen them since, I guess, because it's quite old.
I mean, I played one of them, but I can't for the life of me tell you which. I don't think it was either of those two.
Gunslinger.
I think it was Gunslinger.
That's the most recent
one. Gunslinger was the one that's like quite good.
But I feel like I played it on arcade. But was Gunslinger?
Well,
it did go
arcade.
It was on the 360, yeah. So maybe that was it.
Yeah, old games are old.
Yes.
That's it. That's the games that I've been playing this week. It's not a lot.
Oh. Don't worry, Neil can make up for it.
Yep.
Oh, no pressure. What have I got here? The usual.
More of the usual, sir.
Played a load of more Gran Turismo.
Yes.
That's enough Gran Turismo. Still playing.
Perfect.
We played another game that you didn't mention.
Oh my god, this means you're going to talk about Elden Ring for even longer.
I'm not going to talk. I can't talk about that much about Elden Ring. What else is there to say? We played a game that was for 24 hours available for free.
Oh, is it only available for 24 hours?
For free. You can still buy it, but you have to pay it now. It's called Islands of Insight, which I definitely remember seeing. I don't know, some time ago. It's a puzzle MMO. First person puzzle MMO kind of thing. There's a video of a guy in the corner. Don't like those videos. Stop putting your picture on your fucking YouTube videos. So yeah, you get I couldn't find a way to join you in a game. It said do this, do that to join someone else in a game.
I have a sneaking suspicion we're either region locked.
Could be.
Or I think they were just balked from it being released, right? For free. Everyone was on it.
Everyone.
They'd probably
Us too.
Yeah, but that probably put server load on them they haven't seen for a while.
Maybe. You may be right. Maybe we'll
When did this game come out, Neil? What do we know about this game?
I don't really know when it came out. This video is Islands of Insight, the Dark Souls of puzzle games.
Yeah,
February the 14th. I don't think it's that. It's definitely not that hard. But yeah, you like jump into this, like I say, it's first person, you're wandering around, and there's like this relatively open area that you can just wander around and participate in these puzzles that are around. And there's no specific order in which you need to do these puzzles. It's not like the Talos Principle. There's nothing of that level so far of complication. That didn't really get complicated till quite late, to be fair. But yeah, you're just wandering around this area, and every so often there's like a puzzle you need to solve. And apparently there's a skill tree as well to unlock abilities and stuff, which I never really got to experience. Don't remember that anyway. But yeah, it was interesting.
It was interesting.
I mean, you were hammered, and so was I.
I was very hammered, but that was okay because it is quite a pretty game, actually. And then you're playing it, you're trying to sort of move around. It's got some jank to it as well. It's not perfect by any means, but you sort of can ignore the jank a little bit because you sort of suddenly get to a puzzle and you go, oh, these are the puzzles I got to solve. And this is how it went for me. And I was like, oh, there's another puzzle I got to solve. There's another puzzle. Oh, there's some stuff over there. There's some stuff over there, but that doesn't look like anything relevant. And then it all turns out to be relevant. And there's hidden stuff. And like I was jumping up and finding like portals that you've got to expose, or you showed the ring puzzles, which I was just walking straight past.
I was just looking at those and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. There's no clue, is there? It's like there's just like this bundle of rings, and I was just like, I guess you probably need to look at this in a certain aspect to solve this, but I don't really know how to do that.
And it's the same with the what do they call them, moon drops or something. Like there's a bunch of spheres in the sky.
It's been a week since we played Fraser. I can't remember anything. I just remember playing it.
The point is, do you remember the fractal puzzle?
Yeah, I never solved that. That was fucked up. That was super.
I told you that one.
This is fucking twisted my head around.
Mate, honestly, I was perfectly suited to that fractal puzzle that night. That was amazing. That really was a standout part of that. That was like, I've never seen anything like that before. And it wasn't easy either.
Certainly it wasn't. I just kept moving left and right and up and down and fucking, I was like, I can see I'm getting near it. You had to kind of match your fractal to another picture, didn't you? Basically, it seemed.
You basically, every time you moved your mouse, you created a fractal that changed.
Would twist it or like,
and then you had to match it to a fractal that was in a picture next to it. Yeah. And you'd sort of be dialing it in, and you're like, "This is getting close. This is getting close." And then you shift your mouse another centimeter,
just completely change. And you go, fuck. Yeah, it's all right. It's pretty cool.
It's a big bag of all right. And
it's not like anything else, really, is it?
Here's the kicker. If I could get into a game with somebody else, if we could hook up in game and do the shit together, I'm on board with going back in there 100%, because there was tons of stuff I missed or was, I feel like
it's one of those like, oh, have you seen this? No, I haven't seen that. Well, come over here and have a look at this kind of thing.
It's like you can't see the wood for the trees. There's so much in there.
Yeah, there was loads of stuff to do in there, and like it's kind of progress blocked, isn't it? So you have to solve a certain amount of shit to unlock like another island kind of thing. You kind of sort of leap to or whatever.
Yeah, I'd leapt to the second island. I think you did. Did you get to the second island?
I can't remember now. Honestly, it's a bit hazy. I just remember going, this is actually pretty cool. There was some, like, we're looking at now, there was like a tile puzzle. It's a bit like, it's not Othello, is it? Something a bit like Othello? Where you've got to, like, not Othello, or Minesweeper. It looks a little bit like those, but the idea is you've got to join the black squares to each other without creating certain shapes and stuff like that.
Yeah, they give you a grid of squares, and you can make every square white or black, and then next to that it tells you.
But you weren't allowed to make a 2x2 square of one color.
It may say you're not allowed to have 4 squares of the same color in a 2x2, or you may not be able to have three in a row of a particular color. Yeah. So it tells you what you need to do, and you have to take those rules and find a solution from the rules. And they're okay.
But there's just tons of random, like there's just like a visual puzzle. You're wandering around, there's all these fucking shit flying in the air. And if you happen to stand in a place where they all line up, you've solved a puzzle. And it's like, yeah, there's fucking loads of little puzzles in there. Absolutely loads. So it was interesting.
I think big bag of all right is really like, it definitely has some jank. But you know what? Jank is okay, right? Jank is jank. I don't mind a bit of jank if it's, just a bit of jank.
It's definitely something a bit different than the norm.
I can handle a side of jank in a good meal, right?
Like when you get...
I don't want a main course of jank.
No.
But a side of jank is okay.
So
it was good.
This is single player only, isn't it?
No. It's totally multiplayer.
That's the thing.
I was in just like complete random. There's loads of people walking around like an MMO, like Destiny or whatever. Complete random people. Like you're in this 3D environment, first person, but there's just loads of people wandering around solving puzzles.
Yeah, there's some guy wandering around in my.
And some people are like, send you a friend request, and like, fuck off, I don't want to be a friend. You weirdo. Why would you do that? That's odd. And then you just fuck off and just carry on solving your puzzles, and it's just like.
But really,
I'm trying to find a way to get with my friend who I actually know, not with you weirdos.
It just wasn't working very well. Be interesting to try that out again later.
Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely worth checking out.
I
don't know how much it is. Is it still what?
£12.49.
Okay, yeah. Well, we got it for free because we were in there when it was free.
What?
Which is definitely a good price for it. It was free for 24 hours.
He said this. You're not.
It was on the Discord. It popped up on the Discord.
I thought you meant
the freebies and deals. No. It was literally if you on the 24 hours. It was available for free. It was one of those. This is the new thing. Make your game free for 24 hours, and then charge afterwards. Once it gets the buzz, like that content warning. The game did it. It's like it was free for 24 hours. Fucking tons of people started downloading it, and then no, you have to buy it. Or once the buzz gets going, and like fucking 3 million people are watching on Twitch or whatever. Oh, I'm going to buy that game. Like, what was the other one we all bought that never played since? The weird game where you had to go and fucking.
I know which.
It was like a horror game, and you're like mooching around, and it's really janky as fuck, and you're like, you have to find all the shit and then sell it, and then go.
That was worth playing. That was worth it.
That was still alright. What was it called?
That was funny.
Yeah, that was still funny. I'd still play that again. I
would play that again. I'm overdue for playing that again, actually.
So that was alright, but it's not like that. This got a certain level of polish to the visuals for sure. It's not janky like that. This looks good. And you say there's jank. It plays all right. There's nothing really broken.
There's not too much jank to it, to be fair. I mean, it's Well, the jank was really.
The jank was trying to join.
Yeah.
My friends and stuff like
using
that.
And the selection screens and stuff like that or whatever just didn't seem to be working. Or friends. Whatever.
Islands of Insight, $12.50 now. You have to pay a premium to get in now, but it was all right. It's pretty cool. Well, maybe we should play some more.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I think we definitely should. I'd like to.
Right, where are we at? Are you all done? You've done everything?
We're all done.
So there's only the one game.
The main event.
The big game. Playing a fuck ton of Elden Ring.
How much are you playing?
I don't know. It's probably easier for you to. I'm always on fucking late. I start playing, and then I'm on like. I don't want to start playing this game when I've only got a half an hour available. That's my Gran Turismo. I'm like, I can bang in a couple of laps and play Gran Turismo for half an hour. I'm not playing at Elden Ring when I've only got half an hour to play. This is fuck it. I've got nothing else planned for the next 7 hours. I don't know. I'm gonna play Elden Ring. So yeah. That is most of my life, other than whatever like actual responsibilities I have, is playing Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree largely. Although I don't know, I fancied a little bit of a holiday yesterday when I was playing. So I've been getting my fucking ass kicked by some. There's one boss I found. There's a guy called Mesmer.
Mesmer?
Tony, is it Tony LeMesmer?
Tony Mesmer. Brian Mesmer is his name. Michael, maybe, because they're all M's, aren't they? Maybe it's Michael Mesmer. I don't know. And he was fucking. He's a bot. He's one of the bosses. And I was just like, this is just fucking insane. I'm like, I'm going to fuck this one off and come back to him later.
Couldn't you invite like a rando in?
Yeah, well,
like,
what you I didn't go to the point of actually requesting a human to help.
Right.
Well, I can't remember. It's one of those like things, like I say, with Dark Souls, all these games. If you've spoken to the NPCs in the correct order, some of the fights will have like a gold summon sign next to them, and you can call them in to help you.
Oh, okay.
And some of those NPCs are useful, and some of them are not, depending on what you're playing as and the type of class they're playing as. So if you're both playing a very similar fighting style, might not be that much help, because maybe, I don't know, a magic person. I'm not playing a magic. I'm still playing after 250 fucking hours or whatever. I'm still basically playing as a samurai guy. I've got the samurai looking armor. I still use my blood katana, which does loads. All the katanas, if you hit people enough, they do a massive chunk of blood damage after a while. You get so many hits, and then it's like it builds up. There's no visual clue, but I obviously, after a while, you get to know. It's like, if I get this one hit, there's going to be a massive chunk of health bar that's fucking disappearing off this guy, because it's like it's hit that point where they bleed. But my one also does fire damage as well, so it's fucking just like loads of cool. And I've picked up loads of new weapons. I've beat 2 or 3 sort of mini bosses. There was one. What's her name? Ramina of Rot or something. Rot is one of the damage types in this. Scarlet Rot. It's a bit like poison, but it's red. And this boss was I reckon I spent an hour on this boss, and I've had them down. They're basically it's like a woman, a pink woman with a great big fucking lance on a horse, but the horse is actually like 2 giant fucking scorpion tails that spin around and fucking stab you and mental shit. And every now and again they do this weird butterfly explosion attack, like all these fucking butterflies fly off, and you're like, this doesn't look great, I don't want to be too near these butterflies. So you kind of try and run away, and after a few seconds they all go really fucking explode everywhere, and if you're too close to too many of them, you get this Scarlet Rot, and that's like a damage over time thing, and like you have to take something to get rid of the Scarlet Rot, or cast a spell to get rid of the Scarlet Rot, and then try and do that without getting nailed by an attack and all that sort of shit. But that took a while, and I was calling in my friend the Dry Leaf something or other, who was like, I don't even know what they were doing. They had a big hat. I tried to speak to them in the expansion, and they just sort of kind of stood there and went, didn't say anything. I was like, okay, rude. But then they turned up.
Is a real person?
There's not a real person. No, this is like an NPC, and they were at one of these places, like a campfire or whatever. And
is that the sort of when you summon that person, they're in gold or whatever? Like...
Yeah. You missed that bit because you fucked off when we were talking.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, they're an NPC summon that's available if you've done certain part of their quest or whatever, or certain bosses and stuff like that. So this is I don't know. Like I say, I went to speak to this person. It says press Y to talk, which is Xbox controllers. I press triangle because I'm on a PlayStation controller, and they just went, didn't say anything. It's like, that's a bit rude. And then they turned up at this as a summon in this boss fight, and they were doing like holy attacks. Yeah, it's just like a gold like effect. It was like flinging stuff at them. I was like, doesn't seem to be doing a fucking great deal, mate. Thanks for being here, though. But at the same time, when you call in a NPC summon like that, you can still like ring your bell, your spirit bell, and call in your spirit summon. And then I picked up a talisman, which is, if you've played Dark Souls, it's a bit like the rings of old. So you have these you can apply 4 talismans at once, and I've got fucking shitloads. And basically they range from things like boosting your health points to boosting your magic points, or boosting the amount of damage you do with certain types of attack, or boosting one of your attributes by like 5 levels, for example, like dexterity or whatever. There's just fucking loads of different things, or boosting your immunity to Scarlet Rot, for example.
Yes.
Maybe might be one of them. So you've got all these different combinations of talismans you can play around. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Fucking masterpiece of a game. It's
Yes.
It's better than all of the Dark Souls. Like, just it is still like there's points where you're like, fucking hell, this is impossible. But then you get to that moment where, no, it wasn't impossible, and I just fucking kicked your ass, and that's just an unmatched feeling in any video game ever. But yeah, so wandering around the world of the expansion, there's non-bosses that just absolutely fuck you up if you're not fucking paying attention. Even if you are paying attention, they can still fuck you up. It's like, there's these giant fucking fire beacon. They're fucking massive things, like literal giants. I don't know, like 450 times as tall as you. And they're just like a big basket of fire with arms and legs. And like you go up, you manage to get past them so that when they're like kicking rocks at you that are on fire and shit like that, maybe you manage to dodge them or just escape them on your horse or whatever. Or there's one that I found, like you can see him like building up the heat. You can see this flame like building. He bends down and tips over, and it's like this big bucket of fire on his head, and he just shoots this fucking giant beam of flame everywhere. And you're like, well, I don't want to be in there, do I? So you have to kind of time your run to get past him. But if you go and hit them with anything, I haven't found anything that does. It's like you hit them and they just basically just laugh at you like you've tickled them. It's just like that's the tiniest little bit of health bar just disappeared off them. I'm like, fuck knows how you kill one of them. So I've just run away from them big fuckers. I ain't seen too many of them. And then there's just like.
So you say that's not a boss?
There's not a boss.
There's just a random.
There's just like there's not loads of them. Like I say, there's only like 2 or 3 of them that I've seen in this expansion. But I'm like, they're just massive health bars. I'm like, how the fuck do you damage these things?
Is it the fire giant?
Like, no, it's not the fire giant, because the fire giant is a boss in the original Elden Ring, and I didn't really have that much problem with them. These things are just insane. I'm just like, what the fuck is that thing? It's just like a walking fire that is literally, like I say, 50 or 60 times higher than you are. It's massive. And you go up and like hit his ankle and it just goes, nope.
The furnace golem.
Maybe. That could be them. Could be them.
Yeah, he's got a big thing on his head.
It's just like a big, massive
brazier.
Fucking fire on his head. Yeah. It's just like, they're insane. And then there's these knights with big shields and fuck off giant hammer things. Like, if you get hit by one of them, it's like, oh, half my health bar's done. But then, like, running around the expansion, I'm a level 170 something now. And with all of these boosts for the expansion. But then I was like, I'm a bit bored of getting my ass kicked. I just fucked off into, like, the old world. The original world. So I was just running around. There's a place called Caelid, which is the first kind of area. If you get to it, you're like, fuck me, everything just wants to kill me here. Like, everything that hits me, I'm dead one hit. I was running around there, these massive fuck off giant beast dog things, and I was just like, slap, slap, slap with my sword, 2 or 3 hits, then they're trying to fucking bite me, I'll dodge out of the way and fucking slap them a few more times. I was like, oh, this is a fucking piece of piss. And even if they did hit me, it took like the tiniest little bit of health off me. I was like, I'm just fucking the boss in the old world. Just walking around like nothing could fucking hurt me. But going back into the expansion, it's so fucking deadly. It's just like, yeah. Game's fucking great. Just
more Elden Ring.
There's a lot, like someone said, there's only like 20 or 30 hours of the expansion. Like, fuck that, man. I'm going to be spending like 100 hours trying to fucking finish this. It's so hard, but amazing. Absolutely
I mean, I'm looking
amazing.
at the video of this furnace golem. It just looks brilliant. Just looks amazing.
The monster design, like, I feel like that's one thing that's definitely stepped up, actually, in the expansion, because like they definitely recycled all of their greatest hits in Elden Ring of their sort of monster designs. They did add a load, but there's definitely
like a normal game.
Loads of like, oh, I recognise this guy from Dark Souls, or whatever. All the Dark Souls guys have got the same. They've got the same enemies in, and there's a load of them in Elden Ring, but there's loads of new stuff, and this one is definitely like stepped up the new stuff, new enemy types and stuff like that. So it's like it is, and it's like on another level of difficulty versus, like I say, I've not New Game Plused it. If you go and New Game Plus it, then everything obviously gets harder. But now I used to shit myself walking around with like 20,000 runes in my pocket. And if I died, I'd be fucking devastated. But now I'm like walking around with like 250,000 runes. It cost me like 210,000 to level up now or something stupid. So I'm like, I'm running around and it's like, oh, I've got 250,000 runes. I might as well go and level up. But not that it does a great deal in the expansion, but increase my health pool, or I am focusing on upgrading my strength stat so that I can use loads of other weapons that I've never used before. Because I've always focused, I had a massively high dexterity level, because that's where the katanas and stuff are boosted. But there's loads of other fucking tons of weapons I've never even touched in this game. I've got fucking loads of shields, loads of weapons, loads of fucking magic staffs, and I've like basically used about 4 weapons in the whole time I've played the game. And I've done, like I say, like 270, 80 hours now. Nice. It's just gigantic.
All right, more next week then.
Yes.
Good. All right, anything else?
No, not really.
All right, then let's call it, shall we?
Sounds good.
Who wants to do their bits?
It's quite one for me. I can tell you now. No one's joined the chat tonight.
All right.
I guess everyone watching the football. I'll sign us out.
Come on then.
Thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask us questions, get involved, please contact us at sealpodcast.com, where you can email us from the form online. We have an email address, which is sealpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can join us on our Discord server, which is linked to our YouTube and Twitch channels. We are available on X at Seal Podcast, YouTube at Seal Podcast, and I think that's about it.
Sounds about right, Dave.
Yeah, no chatters. Thank you for the
We're not getting to listen to your voicemails there, Fraser?
I'm trying to find out if my daughter fed the dog. She's disappeared. She's left the house. I don't know if the dog's been fed. And he's
notorious. He'll tell you he hasn't.
Well, he looks enthusiastic. Yeah, he's not really telling me he hasn't, so I think he has. But at the same time, if he gets wind that I could be offering up a free dinner,
he'll be like, "Oh yeah,
he'll play along."
I haven't eaten, Dad.
I'm not eating. No,
belly's empty.
And he'll do 2 dinners without even blinking. So I got to be careful here. But my daughter will. Amazingly, to have a child who has her head in a phone so much, she never
answers you, though, do they?
Yeah, no, it's funny that is it. I think they've. Yeah, I don't know.
They've blocked you. That's what they've done. They fucking blocked you.
All right. Okay.
Friend them through Snapchat. That'll.
I was just thinking that. I was like, I bet if I Snapchat, I can find out where she. I'm not getting drawn into that.
They've got you. They've got you over a barrel, haven't they? Like they know full well, like they're never going to join Snapchat. I just do everything on Snapchat.
That's the haven, isn't it? That's the haven. It's like Facebook. Or
TikTok.
Like parents in Facebook, they're protected within Facebook from their kids.
No, my kids. Well, my daughter's on Facebook. I'm like,
actually, I got a friend recommendation for your daughter.
Really?
It's people you may know. It was.
I don't even know if I'm friends with my daughter on Facebook.
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to send your daughter a friend request. There's no.
That's weird.
There's nothing in there for me. Good. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Thanks, gents. It's been a pleasure as usual. And I guess everyone will catch up with you next week. Have a good week.
Bye. See you soon.
Cheers, guys.